Welcome back to another episode of Plant-Based Ads. I'm Joey Troxel. We are a plant-based, lower calorie, higher protein channel. I show you how to make meals that we make every day and just try to keep them lower in calories, avoiding all the stuff that's not necessary. At the same time, trying to add a little bit more protein. Sometimes it's whole food. Sometimes you have to do some processed foods. I mean, we do what we can to keep it all whole foods, but there are times we need to use some TVP and that sort of thing. If you like what you hear so far, please hit that like button, show us some love, and click on the subscribe button to become part of that Plant-Based Ads family. All right, if you've been following the show for the last 4 months, then you know I've changed kind of everything that I do. I was doing kind of a high starch, high carb, low fat diet. And in many ways, I'm still doing parts of that. I'm still doing a very low fat diet. I was avoiding oil at all costs, which I now realize is not necessary. Like I was really kind of following the starch solution thing. I've now transitioned to still lower fat, but I still need some fat. And I'm not scared of oil anymore. I just know that it's high in calories, so I have to understand, like, do I want a bunch of empty calories without any protein in them? So that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. I have lost a total of 15 pounds now since the beginning of December, when I first decided that I just needed a change, and 5% of my body fat. So all of that weight that came off was all body fat. None of it was muscle. And here's how that worked. If you look up here, you can see this is a video of me and Lex from last summer, right before the school year started in August. And I'm obviously like overweight. Like I've got just fat hanging off me, and this is not a bad photo of me, actually. The black is doing a really good job of covering all that stuff up. But I don't take photos of myself, so it's really hard for me to find a like before photo, right? And so this is kind of the best that it gets. And here's another photo of me talking to someone at school, and you can see how my upper face, my whole upper body I just look huge in this photo. And this is about the same time also. So school had already started, and I think this was in September or October. It wasn't looking good for me. The weight was not coming off. I was losing weight on the starch solution. I did lose about 10 pounds, but I didn't look any leaner. I was losing muscle. So, I had to make a change, and I did. So today I want to share with you 5 things that I did to change the way I look. And here's number 1. And I've talked about this in other videos before. I made sure that I had a calorie deficit. Without a calorie deficit, you're not losing weight. So as far as weight itself, you have to have a calorie deficit. So if you look at your total daily energy expenditure, your TDEE, and there's a link in this description below this video on how you can figure that out, this TDEE calculator. That'll tell you, based on your age, your height, your current weight, how much energy you expend every day just keeping the weight that you have, or just keeping the mass that you have. So for me, when I figured all that out, it came out to about 1,700 calories. So I figured all that out, and actually the trainer did this for me, but this is how he did it. And I wanted to make sure that when I ate every day, if I wasn't doing any exercise, if I was just existing at that 1,700 calories for that day, I needed to take in food, in energy, less than 1,700 calories to have a calorie deficit. So I came up with a number, and the trainer did too, of about 1,400. And on top of that, we were going to increase my energy levels, so I would have more of a deficit. So I had to have a calorie deficit, and without a calorie deficit, you're not losing anything. I made sure every day that I had at least a 300 to 500 calorie deficit. And that was the very first step. How did I know I was in a calorie deficit? Well, I used a tracking app. I'm using Cronometer, and Cronometer is a link to it below this video. If you join Cronometer and you let me know your email address, I can share my recipe macros with you, so when you make one of my recipes, it posts right into your tracking. Cronometer is a way of tracking your energy in and your energy out. You put into it all your food. You can, if it's got barcodes, you can scan your food in. If not, you can create a recipe, or you can just type in banana and put in how many grams. And you put in all your food. And at the end of the day, it tells you how many calories, and calories are energy, how much energy you've burned, or how many calories you've eaten in food. And if it comes out to 1,400 calories for the day, right, It also syncs up with your watches, or you can put in the amount of exercise you did, and that'll tell you, hey, your watch says you stood up at school for 8 hours, you walked around the neighborhood for 45 minutes, and you went to the gym for 45 minutes. You've burned 2,300 calories today. All right, great. So I ate 1,400, I burned 23. That's a 900 calorie deficit, right? And if I'm hungry, I can have an orange or eat something else to shorten the deficit if I want. But I know right there that I'm in a deficit. Without tracking, I'm just like, oh, I'll eat a cookie here. I'll put that down later on. Oh, I'll remember that. And then I look back at my day and go, oh, all I ate was healthy stuff today. I should be good. And then I gain weight and go, what happened? Well, I can tell you what happened. This used to happen at Weight Watchers too. The first thing I do when someone says, I'm not losing weight, I say, well, let me see your tracking. Well, I'm not tracking. There's the problem right there. So I use a tracking app that tracks my calories in and my energy burned. And this tracks what's called your macros. And my macros are the 4 important things that you look at every day. And that is calories, the amount of protein you get, the amount of carbohydrates you get, and the amount of fat you get. Because in the end, those 4 things determine your body composition. So that's the first thing I did to make sure that I could change the shape of my body. The second thing I did was I upped my protein. So when I went to the trainer, I had told him, I'm a vegan. He's like, well, you need to be at so much protein a day. And I was like, I get enough protein from plants. He goes, yeah, you get enough protein from plants to live, but you're not going to get enough protein to protect your muscle. Like when you lose weight, how do you know it's not muscle? And I was like, well, isn't it all just fat? And he was like, no, you're burning muscle. And I was like, oh, he's like, you don't want to do that. I said, okay, well, how do I stop that? He goes, protein. By having enough protein while you're cutting or in a calorie deficit, the protein will protect the muscle from being burned and your body will be forced to burn the body fat. And that's what happened. So I increased my protein and I thought this is never going to work. Like I get enough protein, but very quickly we realized it was going to work. It started working immediately. And I have another whole channel. There's a link to it right here, Joey Troxel, that talks about all the different scans I've done over the last 4 months and where the numbers came off and how they've changed. And it's like stunning to watch that. It just shows you everything that's happening inside my body in the recomposition and where that weight came from. And it's fascinating. I am a numbers person. I'm a teacher. I love all that stuff. So looking at this as data has really kind of changed, the effectiveness for me. So that's my number 2 thing. I made sure that I got enough protein to protect my muscle and, build new muscle. I wasn't really trying to bulk or to get bigger. That's not my interest at all. But I do want to protect the muscle I have while I'm cutting and losing body fat. The third thing I did every day was movement. Like I said, I hired a trainer. I actually canceled my gym membership. I hired this trainer. He has his own gym and it's not cheap. But this is an investment in myself, right? So I go 3 times a week, and since December 7th, I have not missed a day, at all. I make sure if I can't make it, that I go the next day, or I make sure I get in 3 days a week. And, the trainers, both the trainers that I work with, they're all very inspirational. They look amazing. So when I get there, I'm like, let's do this, right? So, I got to remember I'm 60 years old, right? I'm not young. I'm a senior citizen. So I have to realize that there are limits to what I can do. But, I sure do give it all I have. And I'm not going to let that stop me. So I make sure that I get movement at the gym, and then I'm also walking every day. I did that before, but I still want to get extra calories burned. It's all about just getting rid of these calories. At the gym, I wish I could show you my workout, but I'm at a private gym, so I don't know if that's possible. I don't think it is. But I burn usually 500 calories per session at the gym. It's an hour-long session, and it's broken up into 3 days. On Monday, usually the first day or day 1, I do upper body. So that is chest and back, and it's all superset stuff. On day 2, Wednesday usually, I do lower body, everything from the waist down, and that's again all supersetting. And then on day 3, which is usually Thursday, I do my shoulders and arms. So they have their own day, and then that's it. And then I hit it again on Monday. So I'm in a regular routine with that. I'm using an application called Strong to track my progress working out. And I absolutely love it. Every day I start my workout, I put in my exercises, how many reps, how many sets. It keeps track of what I did. And if I do that again next time I'm there, it shows me what I did last time. And I can tell if I need to go up or whatever. So Strong is really a great application. If you're working out and you're not tracking what you're doing, then you're wasting your time. So I burn about 500 calories at the trainer. I burn about I don't know, 150 to 200 every day, just standing at my desk at work. I'm a teacher and I have a standing desk, and I never sit down. I don't even know where my chair is. I think one of the students are using it. So I'm walking back and forth and standing. I burn about 150 calories every day doing that. And then I burn about 150 calories in the evening when I walk around with Lex. We walk around in the neighborhood. So I burn all of those calories. And all of that comes out to, on a workout day, about 2,400 calories. On a non-workout day, if I'm not working out, it's at about 18 or 19. So I have to be a lot more careful to get my calorie deficit on days that I don't work out. The number 4 thing that I do is I plan my meals. Now, you all know, if you've watched this channel, I cook meals on Sunday for the week, or I cook ingredients on Sunday for the week so I can throw meals together. Well, that's what I do. So I'll make the bolognese pasta sauce for the week. We'll make the TVP taco meat for the week. I'll make, I don't know, anything. So I have meals all week long. So all I have to do is, like, I'm having a protein shake in the morning every day. For lunch, I've got whatever I've cooked. And at dinner, depending on what my calories and my needs are, I'll have a salad with some protein in it, maybe tofu or something else. But, you know, dinner is the only meal I kind of leave open to decide, because I'm home, so I don't need to, I'm not getting something on the go. So I always make sure that I have food prepared for the week by doing weekend meal prep. So the 5th tip I have, and this is something I haven't really shared with anyone, is I'm pre-tracking. I'm filling out what I'm gonna eat in Cronometer for the next day, the night before. You can fill out future days in Cronometer. So, you know, it's Wednesday night and Thursday's tomorrow. So I fill out Thursday. I put protein shake for Thursday. I know exactly how many scoops of protein, because it's the same one I've been eating all week. So I got protein shake, you know, with my fruit or whatever. And then for lunch, I go, okay, I've got that TVP taco meat in the fridge. So that's gonna be my lunch tomorrow. So under lunch, I put TVP taco meat with 2 burrito shells. And then I know I'm gonna have a banana for my workout. So I do pre-workout banana, and I put all that in. So the next day when I wake up, I go, okay, what am I having for breakfast today? Oh, it's that protein shake. I'm gonna make that, put it together. What am I having for lunch? Oh, it's the TVP taco meat. Let me grab that, put that in. And I don't have to worry about tracking that stuff all day or putting it in as I'm running out the door. It's already in there, right? It also shows me exactly what to eat. So it's almost like I'm telling myself, you know, my future self, hey, this is what you're gonna be eating. I love that. At Weight Watchers, when I did that years ago, we called that pre-tracking. You're pre-tracking the next day, so you already know what you're having. I can't say enough about being prepared. There's that old saying that I say all the time, right? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You gotta have a plan. So that's the 5th thing that I'm doing. I'm pre-tracking all of my meals. As you can see, I look a lot different. I look a lot more muscular. I feel fantastic, right? Like, for almost 60 years old, like, I feel like I'm in the prime of my life. And I love the way I feel and the way I look. I've still got a lot to go. There's still some very frustrating parts of all this. Because I'm building muscle, weight isn't falling off me. And I know that I can't use the scale as documentation of where I am, because if you look at the videos in the other channel, you'll see that I've gained muscle while I've lost weight. So, you know, that messes up the numbers on the scale. But, you know, the numbers don't lie, and every time they come back, they're just fantastic. So that's my video for today. 5 tips on how I changed the way that I look in 4 months by following a high-protein, low-calorie cutting diet. Hit that like button, show us some love, click that subscribe button, click on that bell. You'll get notified every time we have a new video, usually every Tuesday. And leave a comment below. Have you been following along with me? Are you making any of these changes? I swear there was so many people who commented saying, I'm gonna do this with you. This is what I need. Like, they were so positive, and there were so many of them. I'd love to hear how your journey's going. There are people who are sending me emails of pictures of themselves, and here they are biking together as a couple. Like, I just love that stuff. I love to see what you're doing. I love when you guys share your life with me. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.